Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are rolling with the dynamic duel this time. Tweedledee and Tweedledum right here. Episode 4. Yeah. Unfortunately, James can't be here this go around, so it looks like it's just going to be me and this guy. We have multiple things to talk about. What did he say? He was feeling under the weather?
He started feeling a little under the weather, so we're going to just, for precaution, not have him in. Tian was going to be on too. We'll get her on though soon.
How was the weekend? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. We had the Epic Toy Show on Saturday.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
I
we
had a
did.
blast.
Yeah. Haven't got much feedback yet, but again,
I had good feedback. Do you want to talk about, like, real quick, like, stuff that we got, or you want to do that for later?
If you want to show what you picked up, I didn't pick up anything because I usually
don't
go there to shop.
Yeah, definitely, like, go there for other things.
I'm busy the whole time.
I grabbed a couple things, but I just wanted to bring this one in because, it's nothing crazy, but it was just one of the ones that I love. Is like Man-Bat is definitely one of my favorite, just Batman villains, Batman characters. This is, what did this come out? Do you know when this one came out? 1997.
Yeah, 97. That's the Dark Knight stuff.
It's one of the last ones that they did in this like version, this format, and then they started to change like drastically the style of Man-Bat.
Well, this one they changed a lot. Man-Bat not so much, but a lot of the other characters on there.
Well, yeah, a lot of the other characters got weird, but that's what I'm saying. Man-Bat stayed very similar to the way he looked.
Batman looked more like Mank. Like
they
had him all long. Well, they had him like long. I remember with the like. In his long,
yeah, but after this one, they finally gave in. They changed Man-Bat, and he just looks so drastically different. No, I do like that.
Is that all you picked up, though?
No, I picked up a lot. Yeah, I picked up a lot of other stuff, but that was just one of the ones I wanted to, like, show off and briefly talk about. Yeah, but I got some good stuff there, but like you said, you didn't really get much yet because you're there to sell.
I'm there to be up front and just make sure everything's running smooth. But I looked around. It's just I'm not trying to take more home than I bring. So a lot of times,
but the vendors were great. Yeah, all the vendors were good. There was plenty of good stuff. I liked everything I saw, but it's like sometimes you got to get in that mindset of I'm here to make money, not spend money.
That too. But the vendors are always great. Like we always get a good mix, and I think they're all pretty much approachable. Like we don't really have any issues with the vendors, being.
How was the turnout? What do you think the turnout was like?
Turnout. Honestly, could have been better. Just because how we've been building the last 3 shows, how it seemed like each one was better.
Yep, everyone was increasing.
So just to kind of have a little more downturn this one, who knows what the reason is? I mean, you can have your reasons and try to figure out why, but
there was a lot going on that weekend. There was the gun show going on. There was that huge Fiestival art market that was going on in Tempe.
The ASU title game. Which you can't.
The Friday night before was First Friday, so there was a lot of things happening that week.
And we planned it out almost a year in advance, like when we're going to do stuff, so it's kind of hard to work around other things. But I mean, we try our best, so it was still a good turnout.
I definitely feel like it was a good turnout, because there was definitely money made. I mean,
it's just it died out a little sooner. The people that were there were definitely spending money. Though, and everyone always has a good time there. So, I mean, we appreciate everything. I'm not complaining or anything. Just
no, absolutely not.
Just you start building and it kind of went down a little bit. But I know the next show will probably be back up again. So
tax season.
137 million.
Yes, and if I don't pay up, I'll go to jail for tax evasion. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
March 22nd will be the next toy show.
Love that stuff.
Yes.
Well, while we're on the topic of we're talking about the toy show, do you think there's anything that we could have done, or maybe people, in the community that were at the toy show could have done in order for, is there anything like the customers could do that are attending the show that they can get out there and get more people to notice it and recognize it and acknowledge it?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of maybe give us some feedback or maybe share some of your stuff you got. You can always tag us in it. I don't know, just get the word out.
That's the word.
They do enough by just showing up.
Yeah.
The customers do. Vendors, same thing. Just kind of maybe promote that they're going to be there. Not saying you have to spend and pay advertisement or anything, but share you're going to be there, because the more people through the door, it's better for everybody. More money to go around.
So, would you say some people promote more than others?
Well, yeah, they're always. And again, there's some I know. did they actually do like a paid advertisement? Which I would never ask that, but they do it for all the shows they do.
Well, it's more like a community because
Yeah,
everybody's trying
but I
to help
appreciate. But
everybody
I don't
out.
even ask that. Like, I don't want anyone coming out of pocket. You're already coming out of pocket to like get your spot. But I mean, at least share. You know, I understand some of them aren't on social media, but maybe I don't know. Just do what you can to get more people out there. We do spend a lot on advertisement, so I'm not saying, oh, you know,
What kind of advertisement do you do?
we do. Well, we do physical flyers, which you should know because you hand out most of them to the shops and stuff. Physical flyers, Facebook ads, and Instagram ads.
And
And
then we
just
drive
post
around
it.
mobile.
Yeah, and magnets on
Magnets,
the car.
Yeah, bitch! Magnets!
Yeah. Everything we can get out there just to get people to know about the Epic Toy Show. Because, again, love the community, love all the fans and everything like that. We'd also love to get more people into it who aren't necessarily been into it or people who potentially want to get into it. Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I've always wished that I did that, or I've always thought about getting into it. I just don't know where to start. And then I always hit them with there's just buy something. And the best place to buy something is when you got, you know, a toy show with multiple vendors and you have multiple options to look at. Old vintage stuff, new modern day stuff, things that you might not even know exist.
Yeah.
And you'll just see it and you'll know. You'll absolutely know right then and there what it is.
Or if you're looking to sell too, people are always like, yeah, I got this stuff. I'm like, well, we do have a toy show coming up. Try to get in that. If we have spots available, I'm like, that way you're making the money. There's no shipping. There's no eBay taking a cut. Like, if you just want to set up and sell stuff, that's always the best bet to maximize your money on that. Yeah.
Also, I wanted to talk about how a lot of people didn't know that you have a toy store.
Well, go ahead, laugh. No.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't know. Okay, so people that come in the shop, you know, they know about both of them because they come in and we have the flyers and stuff.
Right.
But people that go to the show don't necessarily know we have a shop.
Yeah.
Even though we kind of promote under the store thing and we hand out cards and stuff there for the shop. But, you know.
Yeah, not bad mouth it, but I actually had a couple people say to me, wait a minute, I didn't know Jason had a store.
Well, the one that threw me off, you said the guy said he watched the first episode of the podcast and said he didn't know.
Oh, he asked where we got the sick background, and I said the sick background, and I was like, what are we talking about? Because I was kind of thrown off, and I kind of hit him with the, like, you know, just what? And then once he said it again, he was like, the background, I don't know where you guys got that sick background from, and I was like, you talking about the store?
Yeah. So we're still trying to reach that. That's another thing, though. Yeah, I don't know how to connect the two anymore, you know. But I know for the shop, like if you come in and you have a good experience, like Google reviews and stuff like that are always good to do. Like,
oh, okay.
It just helps because when people look up shops, you know, and they want to look at the reviews and stuff like that and maybe see what we have and you know, what our rating is or, you know, compared to other shops.
You said see what you have? You can look at what you have?
Yeah, people will take pictures of on the Google stuff. Some of them will be older pictures now, but like sometimes you can update the pictures and some customers will update the pictures themselves when they leave like a review, like they'll put what they got or what they saw in there. So that always helps too. Yelp I don't really use, but like Google's pretty good. It's kind of one of those things like word of mouth again.
Oh, I definitely believe in word of mouth.
Word of mouth, but Google's also one. But if you're going to like a shop and getting a bad experience, like why not let people know? Or if you're getting a great experience, why not let people know?
No, absolutely, because I would hate to go somewhere thinking I'm going to have a good time and then it ends up just being a trash time.
Yeah. Or you can have like 5 stars, but nobody's telling you like why it's 5 stars or vice versa. Like we did get a 1 star one time. And it's fine.
Do you know why?
No, that's the thing. It kind of frustrated me. I mean, you're allowed to put whatever you want, but just to put 1 star and no comments. And then when I said, you know, can you let us know why you left like 1 star, like so we know what we did, you know? And then they kind of got mad and said, well, I don't have to tell you like anything.
I don't have to tell you anything.
But it just helps us. Like, yeah, the 1 star is there no matter what, but I would at least like to know.
Yeah, and it's not like you're not taking it like in a personal thing. Yeah. You would just like to know what you can do to, you know, obviously improve. It's not like a, hey, what the heck? You
if
know,
it's something we can fix, definitely. If he's like, oh, 1 star because they don't have Funko Pops, I'm like, okay, well, that's not a remedy. I'm not fixing that. But I have seen ones.
But I mean, not every toy store is going to have what you want. Like, you know, I've gone toy hunting and hit up multiple places, and it's like it'll be a bust, but that doesn't make me hate the toy store. You know what I mean? Because it's just you just don't have it.
But I think the Google should be for like customer service and like kind of other things, the prices and maybe stuff like that. Not we don't have this, because I've seen other toy shops they'll give them like 2 or 3 stars. Selection of Hot Wheels was small, but it's like that. You shouldn't really be leaving them because they're not promoting that they're Hot Wheels. You know what I mean? Like it's a toy store. They have some because they don't have what you want. Doesn't mean you should give them 2, 3 stars. Now if they're promoting, they're like the Hot Wheel shop, and then they have like a rack of Hot Wheels. But I've seen that too. So like Google's are kind of good, but you definitely have to read the comments because sometimes people just want to be unhappy about something.
I wish that I would have known that we were going to talk about one of these topics because I got that 5K toy werewolf.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the one that's like I got all the different colors.
Oh yeah.
I got the black one, the gray one, the white one, and the brown one, and they're all individually just.
Bring it another time for.
Well, no, because I was thinking about what was something that you were trying to do this weekend after the toy show to relax.
Well, what I wanted to do was go see Werewolves,
starring your boy.
I don't know what his name is.
No, I know his name. What's his name?
Frank Grillo.
Yeah, Frank Grillo.
He's Grillo or Crillo?
Grillo.
I'm not watching it because of him, though. I just thought it was a wild-looking werewolf movie, and they don't come out with a lot of werewolf movies. So.
No, they don't, because me and my son were talking about this. We were talking about how it's like, because what was it? He saw a werewolf movie, and it was
Teen Wolf.
No, it was one of those, those like B movies that you see that are just like you don't even know it exists, and then like
Werewolf on a Plane,
something like that,
yeah.
And then the werewolf was so like the CGI, and he was like, I can't watch this, and I was like, well, what are you trying to watch? And he was like, I'm trying to watch a good werewolf movie, and I was like, why didn't you ask me? Yeah, so then I took a look at it, and I was just like, please turn this off. I don't even know what this is. It was really bad. So then we were going down the list of like werewolf movies. There's not that many for one. And then like typically when they make them, they're kind of just really knocked off, like bad.
Yeah.
So on that subject,
yeah,
what would you say, since you didn't get to see that one? Okay, what would you say would be your like top 3 favorite werewolf movies of all time?
Well, I plan on seeing it still. It's till Thursday. It'll be out of theaters by the time this airs, but I'm definitely going to try to make time.
Yeah, because it was not a limited run in a limited amount of theaters. I definitely know Harkins Theater has it, and when I checked last, there was 6 different showings.
I wanted to see it today, but after the toy show, I don't know, I just got busy with other stuff, and I try to make time. But yeah, my top 3 favorite werewolf movies. Mine.
Wait,
you want me to guess yours?
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do mine.
Okay, we'll do yours.
And I'll guess yours, but don't tell me.
All right.
Don't say anything. So, American Werewolf in London.
Wait, which one? Are we going 1 to 3 or 3 to 1?
It could be 1. I'll put 1 there.
Okay.
I'm going to do my top. American Werewolf in London.
So that's your number 1 movie of all time?
Number 1 werewolf movie, yes.
All time.
But number 2, just so...
Don't say Howling.
Edgar happy. Howling.
Don't say Howling.
I did say Howling.
No. Stop.
And then my 3rd would probably be Wolfen.
They can give pain beyond imagination. Wolfen, there is no defense.
Even though they barely show the wolf till the end, but it's still a good movie. Wolfen. So if you haven't seen that one, check that one out.
What, not Silver Bullet?
Well, no, I like Silver Bullet. So Wolfen, but Wolfen, I put it'd be Wolfen / Dog Soldiers, because I like Dog Soldiers. I like the werewolves and Dog Soldiers.
I did like that movie. Yeah, that movie, it still holds up. You know what I mean? Especially that kitchen scene. Yeah, I love that movie.
And then Lon Chaney. No. Is it Lon Chaney does the original Wolfman?
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman.
You're awful silly to call me all the way from London just to have your dog talk to me.
Speak the Wolfman.
Those are my top 3/4, because I guess I'll put Dog Soldiers with Wolfen. Wolfen would be like higher.
What's one more? Just do top 5.
One more?
Do one more.
Company of Wolves. Have you ever seen that?
That's such a good movie.
Yeah. That's underrated too.
Yeah,
it's like an anthology type movie. Yeah. And they use regular like wolves in that one, I remember.
But it's still good. Yeah. It's so
the cover was the best.
Oh, it's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like the wolves coming out of like...
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's mine. So what's yours? So I wrote down 4, and I'm hoping to get... Well, now we're doing 5, so I'm probably sure I'm going to get...
Oh, okay.
But I won't show
he
him,
thinks he knows me,
guys. On the
guys.
screen. I already know number 1.
Okay. What if I spice it up and don't choose that one?
That's fine.
No.
I still have
No,
because I already know one.
it is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I know
absolutely.
one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you want me to go 1 to 5, 5 to
However
1?
you want to do it.
I'm gonna have to go 1 to 5 because I'm trying to think of like the last two. So definitely number 1, American Werewolf in London, hands down, like my most favorite werewolf movie.
Insert ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Number 2, guilty pleasure is gonna have to be Bad Moon.
Bad Moon. Yep.
Yep, love that movie. I read the book. If you're a fan of that movie, Bad Moon, don't read the book because the book is so much better than the movie. I was blown away because I seen that movie when I was like younger,
Yeah.
and then as I got older and I was watching them again, and I actually paid attention to the opening credits, and it says based on the book by Wayne Smith, Thor. So my immediate reaction was I went out and got the book and I read the book. One, that book made me cry, okay, because there was so much more character development, so much more characters, and the connection. So without giving it away, the book of the movie is about a German shepherd who is protecting his family from a werewolf that the family doesn't know that the werewolf is there. He basically comes from like the woods in the backyard, and the family is just unaware that there's a werewolf like stalking them, and the dog is like the only thing between them. And the book is phenomenal. But again, if you don't read the book and you watch the movie, the movie's still good.
I never read the book, but I can see why the movie doesn't stand up to because it was a lower budget.
It was a lower budget, yeah,
but it was still good.
No, I love the werewolf himself in
yeah.
that movie. That the practical effects, the drool, the eye blinking for how old it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mid-90s, right?
Well, yeah, and then there's a director's cut. If you can find that on Blu-ray, it is $18.99 on Amazon right now. The price does fluctuate up and forth. Huh? Plug. Yeah. No, because you definitely want to pick that one up. But there is a director's cut where the director removed the CGI transformation because he hated it. Did you know that? Yeah, he hated it. They forced him to put it in there, so the director cuts, he removes it, and he does more of like a practical effect, and it just makes it, so much more cooler. And
that was 2.
That was 2. Number 3, I'd have to say Company of Wolves.
Okay.
I definitely
didn't have that one on my list.
I have a huge I just love that movie. It was always just blew my mind. Number 4, oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. What was it? Dang, because I do like Dog Soldier. I am a fan of like Underworld, but that's not really a.
I have it down.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's gonna say it's not technically, but it is. I would.
But
count
people
it.
will argue that those are lichens and not werewolves.
Lycans are werewolves.
Well, there's an argument.
They're dogs.
They're big.
So I do have that one down.
Yeah, I definitely do like that storyline.
I just was like, that's a Daniel movie right there. They made it for Daniel.
I'll have to say Ginger Snap.
Oh, no,
I'd have to put Ginger Snap in there. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it's underrated.
It's totally underrated.
They made a sequel.
The sequel's not as good as the first one, but the Ginger Snap one, just the whole story and all of that. I'd have to say those are, because I'm trying to think like real quick off the top of your head.
I think you got one more.
Honestly, I can't think of a 5th one. I'm trying to there's a lot of werewolf movies that I've seen.
Well, you said one, and I thought it was funny that you used that one.
Not Cursed.
Don't make. I almost cussed on camera. I almost cussed.
Well, you don't like that one?
That is, dude. Do you like it?
No.
Oh, don't get me started, man. We can have a whole episode on that. Do not get me started.
But she was so hot, the werewolf.
Oh.
She's got a bony ass, and fat thighs, and bad skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
No
tell
curse.
me. What is the one?
Well,
that
I
you
did
have?
have, and I'm surprised you don't like it. I put Howling because I wasn't sure.
You know
I
what?
put Howling
no,
too. My sister's a werewolf.
No, I'll have to give Howling my number 5 because as much as I trash that movie,
the werewolves are good in it.
The
effects are good in it.
I don't know what it is about it. Like I don't love that movie, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I just never been like how people are so gun ho about it. I'm not gonna lie though, the ending of that movie is one of the best endings. If you haven't seen it, when she outs the whole thing and then that is my one of my favorite endings.
Okay.
I do like the scene where the 3 werewolves come up in the moonlight.
Yeah, and they look good
and they howl and everything. I think
practical effects.
But was it the second and the third one when they kind of dragged out the transfer?
Yeah.
Is that the one where he's like in the doorway and she's like stuck in the room and he's like changing for like 10 minutes?
That's the first one, isn't it?
Is it the first
Yeah,
one?
when they're in the yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah, that was one of the things that.
But they wanted to show the special effects. His head's all bubbling. It was cool.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Well, they did that in American Werewolf in London where he changed for like took him a minute.
I don't know, but that was just so.
They were both. I don't know. They're good. And then the other one I had because you mentioned it, but not. I put Silver Bullet because I thought you'd be into that. I thought you'd be into
the kid with the little rocket.
Yeah.
Come on,
The werewolf was horrible in that
oh
one,
my! When he's coming at him on the bridge, and you just see
he looked like a teddy bear, like a bear more than a
he
werewolf.
shoots him in the eye. Yeah. You're just like, where'd that kid get that rocket from?
So technically, I guess 3 out of the 5. Underworld, though, yes, we will allow it.
I will allow it. I mean, there's a guilty pleasure about that.
You call them
movie,
lichens, they're werewolves. All right, before we get into some toy news, somebody dropped off a gift for you.
Nah, what is it? I love gifts. Christmas come early.
Based on your top favorite movie from last time. They said, give this to Daniel. I said, I don't think that's the one he's talking about, but...
Just so you know, I hate this movie.
I hated this movie. Hated this movie.
I love the animated Beauty and the Beast, but this live-action movie pissed me off so bad.
Well, you now own it. You're just proud of it. Courtesy of...
Who?
Red Falcon.
Does
that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Just so you know, this movie sucks. Just so you know, there's no fairy tale, there's no whimsical. Everything is forced.
He said, make sure Daniel gets this one.
Everything is forced by the Enchantress, who forces all these people to do stuff that isn't natural. Okay. Literally, like the whole movie. And then he whines and he cries about it. One of the best scenes in the animated movie is when he runs up to the top of the tower and he screams, right, at the top of his lungs when he lets her go. And he lets out that roar.
I've never watched it.
Well, the cartoon one.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
Well, in this one, no, they do that scene, but he sings his way all the way to the top like a little girl.
Oh, nice.
And then when he gets to the top, he just hits a high note instead of roaring. Don't even get me started.
Well, you now own it.
Thanks, Red
Falcon.
Thanks, Red Falcon.
All right, let's get into some toy news.
Toy news. Is that kind of what we're here, right?
Sometimes. I don't know, the NECA mystery box thing.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I believe that they're still up the last time I checked. But NECA has these, would you call them ridiculous? The little ridiculous mystery boxes?
Well, yeah, it's not the box itself. It's just after the fiasco of the Leo, whatever the layer.
The Donnie.
Yeah, they turn around and do this mystery box thing, and it seems like they're shipping people the wrong mystery boxes. So if you ordered the turtle one, they sent like the horror one. So they can't seem to get it together.
Is that happening?
Mm-hmm.
I've only watched a couple, and the ones that I've watched are people who have actually gotten the ones that they ordered. But the thing with that, though, is you could predict what is in these boxes.
What's in the box?
Because you get like 12 to 15 items. The boxes are like, I think it's 130 plus shipping. But you're going to get all the stuff that the Target still have left over, the Walmart still have left over. I've only seen one person get like an item that was like a good item that was worth like $200, you know.
They'll probably randomly throw it in because they still probably have a lot of that. But the main thing is, I mean, that's why you do mystery stuff most of the time to get rid of overstock, I'm sure. So.
Oh, really? 24. Stanza, you white hat!
It's not a bad deal, but if you didn't, want these characters, and a lot of these characters that they're giving out are ones that people don't want, and that one in like 10 boxes has like a holy grail in it or something like really good, you ask yourself, is that worth it? Would you buy one?
I would buy one if I was just getting into NECA and I'm like, cool, I want to get these characters, for that price. I don't mind getting like a horror box, but I mean, I have a lot of that stuff already. So if you're kind of new to the game, I could see buying it.
Well, yeah, if you don't have any of them,
flip it.
That's not gonna work. Yeah, no.
A lot of stuff I've seen in the boxes is stuff like I have overstock of as well. So a lot of that ultimate stuff, you know what I mean? Because they put it out every like Halloween or every October. They're putting out like the old horror stuff that they already have, so they're like
Oh
constantly
yeah,
putting
but
out.
in the horror box is all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not like, if you didn't, here's the thing, if you didn't buy these figures and you ever thought to yourself that you were eventually gonna buy them, just buy the mystery box because everything in there is gonna be all the stuff that you've kind of sat
Yeah.
there and been like, I kind of like it. I don't know if I'd want to buy it right now because it is cheaper if you were to buy them all individually on the aftermarket from NECA. Yeah, you will get them cheaper. But again, it's not going to be something that you are just like dying to get.
Yeah, unless you're new to collecting NECA, and
Yeah.
that's a quick way to bump up your collection. I was focusing on the horror, but yeah, they did do the TMNT one and like a sci-fi one.
Well, it was the mystery one too, because
Yeah.
it was the horror, TMNT,
And sci-fi.
sci-fi, and then what was the fourth
I
one?
think that was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But a lot of the horror stuff ended up being the turtle stuff.
Well, they were shipping the people
Yeah.
the wrong boxes. Yeah.
Well, no, the horror stuff had
Oh,
all
it
of
had the
the
TMNT horror.
TMNT NECA horror stuff, and like the whole box was like the whole run.
It's a bomb.
What the frick?
It's a bomb.
What the heck? I didn't order that. Ordered an Xbox card.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I do like NECA, and I do love a lot of those figures. It's just like, I don't know if I'm racing out to get them.
It's a smart thing for them to
Yeah.
do, though, but just make sure people are getting the right stuff. That's one way to move your stock.
No,
Like, why
absolutely.
sit on it?
But
But
not trashing NECA because
me
I am
neither.
a fan of NECA. I do like their stuff.
Me neither. I just think coming off that, then it's like back to back, and then some people are like, "This is the end of NECA." It's like, no, it's not. Like you guys are, they
No.
screwed up on some shipping. They're gonna be fine.
Well, I did see that NECA. The one thing about NECA that I'm sad that they might do coming up is they might cancel the Gargoyle line. Did you see that?
Well, they might cancel, or they might not have the license anymore because licenses they don't give them out.
No, because they showed the Macbeth. They showed
But they probably didn't get them out in time because they did that with Godzilla too. They lost the license, but they
no,
kinda
they
put out
still
what they
they,
had.
if what I read was correct, they still have the license,
Hmm.
but they took all the dates away. They took like all the release dates for
See,
the
that
rest of
doesn't
the
make
lineup.
sense. I mean, it might
'Cause-
not be selling well, but if you have the license, you might as well try to put stuff out while you have that
No,
license.
because I
you pay
wanted
a
the
lot for
Macbeth.
license. Yeah.
Yeah, and then because they were gonna do the older Macbeth, and then they were gonna do the older Demona, because they already have like two different versions of like the young Demona,
Yeah.
but they were gonna do that old version of her and Macbeth, and I wanted it. I wanted those two.
That line started off pretty hot, and then but I do see a lot of them on like clearance.
Unfortunately,
now
it's
and
the
stuff. Yeah.
wings. I like the wings. If you display them properly and you stop trying to fit them in with like a bunch of other little figures, I love the wings because it gives them like that awesome, like they're just massive. You know what I mean? Like,
They did a good job on them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of gargoyles because I was '90s. I wasn't really watching.
Oh,
I wasn't
you
into-
love gargoyles.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I've watched it, but I'm saying at that time I was already like junior high, so I wasn't really.
'Cause they're
like,
talking-
It's not a memory like a.
They're talking about bringing it back live action, but it'll be a Disney Plus series, and I'm just like, how are you gonna do that? The gargoyles aren't gonna be in like every scene. They're only gonna pop up like towards the end. Like the show is literally called Gargoyles. Please have the gargoyles in it.
Please. But yeah, that was the unboxing thing, or not the mystery
Well,
box.
yeah, because you're talking about the mystery boxes. You're talking about license, so it's like, what? Have you heard about? What is it? Marvel? Is it Marvel? And what was the other one?
Well, Hasbro
and Marvel Legends, right?
Yeah, next year I guess their license is up for like their 6-inch Marvel stuff and their Star Wars stuff. Doesn't mean they're going to lose it. They can also rebid, but
hasn't it been like 10 years?
They've had Star Wars since like whenever that Powers of the Force came back out, like 96, 97.
Oh wow, yeah.
So they've had Star Wars that whole time.
Yeah, that's
Marvel
up there.
they've had
Marvel
I believe
Legends
since like 2007. Whenever Toy Biz like went away, they took over.
Okay.
So that's a good 20 whatever years. I'm not gonna try to do the math.
No,
2007. Where we at? 17 years. From the way I understand, and this is from talking to a guy that used to like work for the toy companies, these other companies are going to come in with their proposals and bids on what they can do with the line. And it's going to come down to who's going to shell out the most money for these licenses. And Marvel's not going to be cheap. Star Wars not going to be cheap.
What do you think about the Todd Father getting it? A lot of people are saying the Todd Father because
Godfather, I don't know if he has, and again, I don't know his financial thing, but I don't know if he has the money to jump into that.
Well, because a lot of people are suggesting because of like how he segued into like the Marvel figures after there was like that downfall and he hasn't worked with them and
yeah,
he's been doing all this DC stuff.
Yeah,
so a lot of people are saying that they might. I'm not saying it is, but they might switch.
Speculation. It could be that, but then also he has DC, which is if you're working for DC, would you want him to get the Marvel license?
But he's already
too?
doing both right now, anyways.
Well, those ones aren't really figures, though. But would you want him? Would you want competing?
I mean, aren't they kind of competing now if he's
they're
doing
competing
Marvel?
with a different company, but they're not competing within the company. Like, wouldn't you worry that the focus is going to be more on his new baby now? And maybe
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to.
That's the way I would look at it. But again, this is just me saying it. Like, I have no insight on it.
Oh, absolutely. But at the same time, speculating wise, I'm just like, how would he do those Marvel Legends figures?
I don't know.
Are they gonna have too skinny of legs?
Well, that's the thing too. They couldn't be 7-inch because
sorry, Todd Father.
Marvel Select Diamond already does 7-inch, so I'm sure that's part of the thing where another company couldn't do 7-inch figures. I'm guessing, but maybe with Star Wars, if he maybe does that and have 7-inch Star Wars figures. My thing is, as a collector though, if you're collecting 6-inch figures and somebody else gets a license and they change the scale on you,
I know.
It's like, do you start over or do you say, hey, I'm done with everything, like,
and then just start from scratch, or do you stop collecting?
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just, but they might get it back. Hasbro might up the money.
Honestly, I don't see Hasbro letting it go. If
No,
they,
but
they've had it,
Mattel can also jump in too. Mattel has money.
but I mean, they're so fixated on like Barbie.
Well, they have their own lines, just like
Yeah.
Hasbro's GI Joe and Transformers. That's their main lines. But what if a smaller company, which again they would have to have the money, but this company that can't put out multiple things and then they're only like, do you want that? Like, it's cool to see. It'd be cool to see somebody else get the
NECA
license
gets it
and see what they do with it.
Could you imagine if NECA jumped in there and start doing
Again, yeah, what scale they do though? Because I think most of their Ultimate stuff is like 7-inch. But,
yeah.
and they couldn't do 7-inch, I would think. But again, I don't know. I'm not on the inside, but this is just me speculating.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely.
But again, Hasbro might just shell out the money and get it back, though. Or maybe they'll just focus on Transformers and GI Joe as their main line. But
I just don't see them letting it go.
But it's all about money, and if maybe somebody comes in with a better proposal, maybe somebody gets some backing, like you said. Maybe Todd does come in, but
Todd joins it.
Who knows? But yeah, that's if you guys didn't know. But we'll see what happens next year. So let's do some unboxing.
Let's do some unboxing. Yeah.
All right, about to do an unboxing here. This is brought to you by Red Falcon. It is snail shell.
Snail shell, absolutely.
And then I'll let Daniel talk about it because he seems to know a lot more about this than me, and he's excited about it. So
it's just a third party. You know, the box doesn't really have that much detail. It doesn't really go in to like any kind of like description. It doesn't really tell you anything. There's no pictures on it. But I mean, let's just bust it out and take a look at it because that's what we're here for. But yeah, no. Online it is labeled as the seductive succubus.
All right.
It is a third party. But if you know what I'm talking about, the detail on this thing is
you've been raving about them, so.
Oh no, yeah, the detail is pretty awesome. I love this stuff. I got one. They have a couple other ones that are coming out with. But if you take a close look, when I take this cap off, you can see all of the goodies inside. It does come with a lot of accessories. Come on.
We'll spread them all out for you. Just do not take stuff out that's not supposed to come off.
I got you. We're going to keep it PG-13, baby. Yeah, there's a lot of plastic on it. You know, it comes with future lineups. It does come with a pretty cool little, you know, I don't want to get like a stock card of an image of the figure.
Extra feet, which I don't understand why.
Feet, so if you want to turn her from a half goat into a human, you cut these extra little feet.
Oh, is that why? Because she has hooves. Okay,
well, yeah,
I didn't see that. I was wondering why she had, but why does she have so many different feet?
Well, because she has hooves.
I know, but why do you need that many feet?
Well, that's if you want to make her look more like a human.
I get that.
Well, they're different positions.
Oh,
so
okay.
They're like sitting positions,
All right.
standing positions, walking positions.
Oh, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So we got this bad boy out, and we wanted to go over briefly some of the sweet little details. You got this wired whip, which I'm not gonna lie is just really awesome. Super little detail, the little skull head. It's just insane. Okay, maybe we'll be able to zoom in and focus a little bit more on that. But you got like this little book, little spells, little words and letters are just phenomenal. Just a lot of detail on her head. Her eyes can move. They are adjustable. There's a little tool that just goes into those little sockets, and you can move her eyes all around. Real quick, one thing that I'm not a fan of is they talked about that there was going to be like a lot of detail and color, like to separate the nails. you can see the nail if you get real close, but there's no color separation. It's just like one solid color.
Yeah, it's like one mold. I don't like it either. Like that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see the difference like between like where the finger and the nail is, but there's just not like no color separation.
Slap
but
a little
still,
paint on
yeah,
it.
I mean, if you have the skill and you can slap a little paint on it, you could definitely beef it up a little bit. You got these sweet little feet right here.
I was gonna say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't read anything out of the book though. Make sure.
You don't know what'll happen.
You don't know what they got in there.
I do like this figure a lot, so I do want to go more in depth on. I'll do it on my YouTube channel, TV, movies, and toys. So definitely look out for that. But I do like this figure. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not into those, but it has a lot of articulation. I can see why people like it.
Yeah.
Snail shell?
Snail shell, yeah. The best place to get them, you can get them on 5K Toys. You can get them on Big Bag Toy Store. They don't really have them. It's like that Gundam website, Gundam It or whatever.
Oh, Gundam It?
Or Gundam It, yeah. But a lot of times, a lot of places don't sell these third parties, and when they're sold out, they're out. So you got to definitely get them while you can. But I really like this whip. I like the figure.
What's like the retail on that one? Because you ordered one, I didn't.
Out the door. So it just varies. So like on Big Bad Toy Store, she was $60. But on 5K Toys, she was only $35.
Oh yeah, because they're paying them
Exactly.
like they're like the middleman, Big
Right,
Bad. So
but
5K
then, like,
probably gets them directly from.
Yeah, but like secondhand market, they go for like 120, 150. People really do up the price on these because they don't do reprints.
Yeah.
They're just like one and dones. They come out and then they just go. And if you miss it, like you truly miss it unless you want to buy it on the aftermarket. Yeah. But yeah, no, absolutely. Again, with the feet, you can take these little hooves. These are like her succubus hooves right here. But then again, you could put her hooves in like one of these little heels. Or if you want to turn her into a, just a lady, you got these awesome feet.
Or if you just like feet.
They say you'll never, ever, never be true.
Well, thanks for definitely coming and checking us out. Thanks for staying till the end to see this awesome toy review. I wanted to say real quick that we're going to have a special guest next week. Definitely check that out. Chris Tatopoulos is going to be here. He's going to go over some cool, awesome action figures with us. He definitely is, I'd say, like a toy insider, toy person. What would you call him? He works for a toy company, so if you got questions or if you want to hear his side of toy making, definitely check that out. Chris Tatopoulos.
And our channel, like, subscribe.
Absolutely. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that sweet bell so you know when we're going to put up another video. And please definitely come back and check us out.
Till next time.
Till next time. Oh yeah, hit that.
Take us out, homie.
Yeah. The long version.